How Wonder Woman 1984 brought the era back to life. From director Patty Jenkins and starring Gal Gadot in the title role, Wonder Woman 1984 premieres exclusively in the Philippines today on HBO Go. The sequel to Wonder Woman fast-forwards to the 1980s, where Wonder Woman returns in an epic actioner that takes audiences on an adventure through the not-too-distant past. Set in the year 1984, capturing the look and feel of the vibrant, sleek era was no simple task. As such, the filmmakers turned to their trusted super-powered creative teams led by director of photography Matthew Jensen, production designer Aileen Bonetto, costume designer Lindy Hemming, and composer Hans Zimmer. From colors, costumes, to creating a mall straight out of the 80s, discover the monumental efforts it took to bring the 80s back to life. Capturing the spirit of the times. For Jenkins, the setting was a personal as well as professional choice. The initial idea of setting the story in 1984 came from my desire to see Wonder Woman in my era, an era that to me is synonymous with her, in terms of the character's cultural popularity. It was important though, to both Jenkins and Bonetto, not to let the design become a caricature of the time. To that end, Bonetto and her team gathered a large library of images to draw upon for inspiration. Bringing back a mall from the 80s. For the location of a jewelry store heist scene, the production rented the nearly empty Landmark Mall in Alexandria, Virginia. Originally built in 1965, it had been operational until 2017, so the designer and her team changed out everything from the light fixtures to the signs in the mall's walkway. In total, the production team dressed 65 stores with period merchandise and fixtures, right down to the cash registers and the seller's notebook on the sales counters, said Bonetto. Every shop where we could potentially see in was fully dressed. The mall set turned out to be a personal favorite for the designer. A good look at 80s style. While Bonetto had to be era-specific, to achieve the same authenticity, Hemming had to draw upon not just the mainstream looks from the 1980s but also styles from the preceding decades and micro-cultures as well. It was only when Diana attends a Smithsonian fundraiser that Hemming felt free to go all in with the 80s style. Gadot said, "It was fun to go through the process with Lindy of finding the right looks for Diana during the 80s, because we wanted to keep the tones very specific. She keeps very much to herself, so she wouldn't wear pink or orange or yellow or green or red. We wanted her to be cool and elegant and not to draw attention to herself." Naturally, Hemming was not only tasked with devising looks for lead females. Pedro Pascal as Maxwell Lord donned suits reflective of the era and Lord's desire to look the part of a wealthy businessman. The film also contains a montage of looks for Chris Pine's Steve Trevor, designed to entertain the audience with a showcase of men's options from the era. Composing a heroic score, considered as one of the more memorable music-centric decades in history, Jenkins had a very specific approach to the film's music. To evoke a score that touched on the sounds from that decade, she turned to legendary film composer Hans Zimmer. Zimmer, known for pushing the boundaries when it comes to being experimental, said one great innovation for this film is truth. Real musicians playing real instruments and embracing the music, adding that sense of humanity. Like Wonder Woman, honest, truthful and honorable. Stream or download Wonder Woman 1984 on HBO Go. Download the app at the App Store or Play Store, or access HBO Go via Signal, Globe and Skycable, or at https://www.hbogoasia.com/. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button. And if you have something to say, please leave a comment.